Talk about how to have amazing client results so you do less marketing. Isn't that awesome? There are ways to actually do less marketing that is more precise to get you exactly where you're going. So if you're watching me live, let me know. Would love to know that you're here. Say hi and where you're watching from. And if you're watching me on a replay, hashtag replay, so that I know you've been here. So today we are looking at the topic of how to always have amazing client results, so you have to do less marketing. Because I know that you're one of those people that create magic in your business, right? As a spiritual coach or a holistic professional or somebody who's in a healing niche, you know how to make these amazing results happen with your clients. But it's probably inconsistent. You know, you are self-aware person, probably highly self-aware, and chances are very much working on yourself all the time. You're something that you naturally know within yourself, you are then imparting onto your client, and you're experiencing those synchronicities and kind of magical moments in your business when your clients are having total transformation and you're feeling, wow, this is awesome that we were able to co-create that experience. And you know that you're an expert, like you know what you're doing. Sometimes you probably cannot clearly articulate the value of your non-tangible results, because being in the spiritual niche, it's always such that our results are not direct ROI like with money, right? So if whatever work you're producing, the results is more internal transformation, personal development, those results are not tangible in the material plane, they're tangible to the person on the inside. So being able to clearly articulate it, it's important. But if you at times feeling like you're not quite able to do that, that also does not lend your messaging correctly to the clients who are wanting to be your clients and experience you. And you're probably wobbling in your niche. Chances are that you decide, okay, this is my niche, I know those are the clients I want to work with, and then if not as much activity as you would like happen, then you kind of modify and switch again, even though yesterday you decided that you knew what your niche were. So if that's you, put one in the comments. That figuring out who is your ideal client seems to be a moving target for you. That I see a lot with spiritual coaches and healers, because this is where we tend to think like, well, I can help everyone. But what you do is not for everyone, and you know this. So then you keep trying to figure out, okay, who is this ideal person for me that I can help, that would really work well with the type of work I am doing, that you're providing for your client. So this constant modification of your niche also creates certain level of instability and kind of feeling a little wobbly in your business. So put a 2 in the comments if you're noticing that your goals are sort of like a moving target and you're starting to feel a little wobbly, because you decide you go for something, and then if nothing happens, you kind of then switch direction, frantically looking for what else I can do. I must be missing something. So put 2 in the comments if that's your experience. So in the end, you end up with an inconsistent income, because whatever it is that you are creating, it goes up and down in your own energy, and of course that results in the inconsistent income that you can be making more. Like in your being, that this is like not as much as you can really be making for your work, and yet there you are. So put a 3 in the comments if that's your experience. If you know in your being that you really could be having a higher level of income than the one you're having now. Like maybe you're having 3,000 a month income, 5,000 a month, but you totally know that with your level of expertise, there's no reason for you not to make 10,000 a month, because you're helping people at that level, and yet you're not getting quite paid for that level. So even though you're clear on your magic, like you're amazing coach at what you're doing, you end up with inconsistent results sometimes, right? Some clients have amazing results and some kind of don't. And you're trying to speak to your ideal client, but you still end up taking everyone because you're afraid of missing out. You're afraid of saying no to business, kind of a traditional marketing strategy that, well, if they want you kind of have to say yes. That's how business happens. So even though you maybe figured out a little bit more about who your ideal client is, you're not holding that line, and instead you kind of acquiescing to whatever comes, and what comes is not always matching that ideal that you have in mind as to what ideal client would look like. So put a 4 in the comments if that's your experience. So then you end up kind of switching from one subject to another, trying to speak to a different type of a client and then end up feeling insecure in the end because you know the value of your work and that you're really good at it, and then somehow it's not getting the response you're looking for, so you keep trying from different angles, but in doing so you also end up kind of talking to different people a lot instead of speaking to one ideal client, right? So that feeling is uncomfortable. So I know that this is like a lot of people end up in there when they are getting to that 6-figure mark and they want to go further, but it's like, how do I go there without having to work harder? How do I actually land this somewhere where my clients have consistent results? Because it makes you feel very confused as to why you can only have consistent, amazing results with some clients, but not all the clients, or maybe makes you frustrated that you have this self-imposed money ceiling that you can only generate so much and through hard work, but when you kind of go into ease, it doesn't seem to be consistent, or you're not sure what to do with that. Like a lot of times I've seen spiritual coaches tend to almost kind of freak out when they don't do, because then they feel like, well, I must be in resistance or I must be procrastinating, which sometimes it's true, but sometimes it's actually a conscious choice to regenerate. So knowing the difference and knowing what are the things to do, if you don't know that, then you're going to end up feeling frustrated and confused. And there's always that pressure because there's all these people who you know that you can help, but you're not quite sure how to bridge yourself to them. So then you're doing a lot of marketing activities, like marketing activities, busy, kind of keeping yourself in this active mode all the time in an attempt to create the response. And then you do pull in the clients. I mean, I'm sure you have paying clients and they do have results, but some don't have as great results as the others. And then, you know, you start to doubt your expertise. And worst of all, you actually start doubting if you are good at what you do. And like, will you ever get to that 10, K months or more, to multiple 6 figures with ease? Right? Without all this hardship and pressure and like, will it ever get better? Will it ever get easier? This is what I hear a lot from successful coaches who are actually at 6 figures or close, and they are at this kind of a hamster wheel of a lot of activity and questioning things and talking to one niche, and then 2 months ago they were speaking to another niche, and 2 months before to another niche, because they keep trying to kind of find their footing. And then they're wondering, how do I go to multiple 6 figures? Like, how do I expand my business so that I can serve at the higher levels, so that I can help even more people if I'm already so frantically working so hard? And this is like, will it ever get easier? So before I tell you the solution as to how you can always have amazing results with your clients, and because of it actually do less marketing activities and not do all this frantic hardship and have ease, let me ask you a question. Do you know who your ideal client is? Like, do you really know this, or are you guessing? Is it something that like you took some free class or whatever and you went through some questionnaire and you figured out like, okay, this is the person? Or do you know it in your heart of hearts? Like, do you know who your ideal client is? And another question is, do you believe that that ideal client exists? That they are actually out there, and if they only knew about you, they will want to hire you? So what came up when I asked you those questions? Were you like, yeah, totally, I know exactly who's my ideal clients, they're out there, and I just need to keep showing up, no problem? Or were you more like, well, I can help everyone, what I do is, kind of covers a lot of areas, so I don't want to exclude anybody? Or maybe you were more like, well, if I start turning people away, I will have no business, so I kind of have to deal with what's coming, even though I want maybe work with a different level client, but well, this is what I have now, so this is kind of what I need to be doing. So where were you? Whatever that frequency, that's a base note in the quantum field for your energetic broadcast. This is what you are putting out into the universe, which means this is the type of a situation that you will be co-creating with the universe by you being in that frequency. So you just created a frequency anchor in the quantum field. If it was an awesome frequency anchor, like I know exactly who my ideal client is, they are out there and I'm just broadcasting to them and all I have to do is showing up, awesome. Now you will be pulling into you more ease and ideal clients. If on another hand, your anchor was not that, your energetic base note was more like vague and kind of, well, it could be this or that, or fear-based. So put a 5 in the comments if you notice all the fear that was coming up or confusion. And maybe put a word like what was the type of energy that was coming up. Was it fear, confusion, frustration? Like what was it that you were noticing when I was asking those questions? Those things, they are also frequencies you're putting out there. And that means if that's your broadcast frequency, you are only going to attract more things that are going to show you that you have this confusion or frustration on the inside, instead of the thing that you mentally might be desiring. So you just created essentially the frequency that will attract to you the clients that will either be the ideal ones that will promote you, refer you, whatever, or they will not be. And they will just create more hardship for you in a sense, even though they are clients. Because, some clients are the lower level client in their capacity. So they might be needing the services, but maybe not quite your services. Maybe they need to do a lot of work before they even start working with you. And when you're not clear about that, then you end up doing all the work instead of the work that you actually meant to do. So universe reflects us. It does not make us do things. It doesn't test us. It does not put pressure on us. We do that to ourselves. All that universe does, it reflects to you whatever it is that you are having so that you can correct it and step more into harmony again, right? So the solution here to how to create that ease of less marketing activities and ideal clients having amazing results, the solution is that you want to be in the right frequency in the quantum field, and you want to hold that frequency consistently. Okay, so the right frequency is to have super specific pre-qualifying energy vibration for your clients. Like you need to know the prerequisites of what your ideal client must be at in order to qualify to work with you. Not just, well, anybody who I can help, but what kind of work did they have to do before they got to you, in order to actually have the experience that is amazing by working with you. Because you're good at what you do, right? You know that you're awesome spiritual coach or a healer. Like you can create results, and you probably can do so even with not ideal clients. But it will cost you. It will be hard. And this is how we create hardship. I just had a client the other day who was having full practice, lots of clients, and she was exhausted and miserable and couldn't understand why, because she was just above 6 figures, so she was making kind of good income. She wanted to go further and she couldn't. She was hitting that ceiling all the time about, well, how do I expand further if I'm already working so hard? So then energetically, we started looking at who is the ideal client. Because this is what I do with my clients as a clairvoyant business coach. I notice what works and what doesn't in your business, not just from the business strategy perspective, but also from the consciousness standpoint. So her consciousness was not aligned with the type of people she was working with. So we started looking at, okay, what is your ideal client? And we realized that only maybe 15-20%, like 1/5 of all her clients were her ideal clients, and the rest were not. The rest were more like she felt, well, if they came, I need to help, and that kind of thing. So we decided to differentiate what would be the type of client that she would have private attention given to, and what would be the type of a client that she would have something pre-recorded for. So she created a course that they could have if they are at the level that they don't qualify for the one-on-one attention from her. That created so much more room in her business, so much more ease, and she was able to go to multiple 6 figures with actually less work, because she was focusing precisely on the correct client who was then having amazing results, right? Those the 1/5, the 20%, they were having great results. And then she started attracting more of this type of people who then, of course, want to tell the world about how amazing things are and what's happening for them, right? So then essentially they are doing marketing for you. Even though you are serving your clients, you need to be choosy as to how you're doing it. So if you're not sure how to pre-qualify clients, potential clients for working with you, if you don't know what those prerequisites are for working with you, then you're not going to have energetic consistency in your broadcast. You're going to go up and down with whatever's other people's expectations are of you. So, by the way, this is what I do with my clients. Like, we literally work with creating a consistent frequency that matches your natural way of being, and that you're able to maintain that frequency consistently through your life, not only when you're with your clients, but when you're alone as well, so that you are actually consciously creating from the quantum field whatever your focused intention is for your business and your life. So for the ones of you who don't know me, I am Eugenia Oganova. I am Wealth Energetics business and marketing coach. I'm also Transcension mentor. So what I do is I help my clients save years of pressure and forcing themselves into ineffective strategies and actually do what works for them based on their soul design and their unique soul contract. So that way you are only doing what works for you instead of all the things and all these busy marketing activities that only create more hardship instead of ease. So with my clients, I specialize on the ones who are making money in their business and want to go to the next level, but it's inconsistent. Like maybe you're between 3,000 and 10,000. Like sometimes you have amazing months, sometimes you kind of down to really low. Whatever that is, that fluctuation, that's actually frequency-wise not quite owning the specific node that you need to broadcast. And so the energy goes up and down with your emotions. Every time emotional waves goes down, you go down with it. So that's what I do with my clients, is I help you understand sort of the self-mastery components here in your mind, in your energy, but also business strategies and marketing strategies that are matching that. Because, you know, I am a business coach after all. So plenty of strategy there. But how to anchor all of that in practical steps that actually match you. So to do all of this amazing ease and flow with the correct clients and have them refer you and so on, you need correct marketing strategy. You need correct business strategy. It has to be, you know, landed in matter, but it has to match your unique way, your natural rhythm, your soul design, how you made in this lifetime. So the reason that this is absolutely awesome is because instead of working with everyone and just taking everyone and then having kind of mediocre results with some people and amazing with some other people, which only creates doubt in you. Instead, you only take the ideal clients who will have pretty much amazing results because you know what you're doing and they are a perfect match for you. And then they refer you, they talk about you, you get to talk about them and so on. And that creates energetically a level of certainty. It creates a broadcast that actually then attracts more of those ideal clients, which are fun to work with. So it feels more like there's more ease. It's not hardship. So if you're earning income doing your soul work, like if you're a spiritual coach or a healer or holistic professional, personal transformation expert, that's already awesome, right? That's already amazing. You're already changing the world. So doing that with ease, it's all about what kind of experience you're having in your business. Because for most of us, it's not about the money. I mean, yes, you want to have certain milestones and all that. Yes, of course, because it's a business, so it has to generate income. But it's usually not a drive for most of the clients I work with, which I think are like the most self-evolved people on the planet, like conscious and creative and absolutely awesome in the gifts that they're bringing through. But they're not driven by money. They're driven by service. And same thing with me. Like for me, the main reason that I'm doing the work that I'm doing is because I believe that women need to be able to generate income so that we're free to do what we actually can for this planet. And, you know, there's only so much income you actually need, right? So once you have, you know, your family taken care of, your kids' college fund or whatever, you have the house and the car and whatever, after a while, you're not going to buy yourself a gold-plated jet or something. You know, if you're a conscious person, you're going to then start investing in type of industries or type of technologies or type of organizations that you believe in, that stand for the same ideals that you do. That's how we change the world. We cleanse the money by it going through us. That's a really important factor. And to get there, we need to work with correct clients so that those people become activated leaders in themselves by the work we just did with them, and then go and promote essentially that message further into the world. So in order to do this, you need to know your soul design, you need to understand your mission, you need to know sort of what your vision is for this lifetime, and what's the best way to execute it, how to make it happen. You need to kind of marry the business strategy and marketing strategy with your unique way of doing it and powerful energetics so that you create consistent broadcast. And you need to be able to clearly articulate the value of your intangible work so that people can actually understand what you are doing and then want to sign up with you. But only the right people, only the people that you actually want to be working with. So if all of this I'm talking about here today resonates with you and you're realizing that, oh my God, I've been working so hard and I'm really good at what I do and I have paying clients, but why is it so hard? Why is it some people have great results and some don't? And then I go into doubt about, oh my God, I must be a bad coach. And then I overgive in attempt to somehow fix this situation when it didn't quite go well. Like if you're noticing that that is your experience, then I invite you to apply to work with me. So we can really look at your business and help you create a better flow that is in alignment with who you are. So in the description of this video, there is a link that will allow you to schedule a soul strategy business session with me. So we will look at your business, we will do like an audit of what's going on in there and what's aligned with you and what's not. So I can help you create a plan to get to where you want to get to the right way, the way that works for you, and show you sort of what's missing or what's in a way and how you need to correct that. And if we're matched to work together, I would definitely tell you what I can do for you specifically so that I can help you get to this amazing result that right now you're not quite able to get to. So the link is in description. Sign up for the free conversation with me and we'll look at your business and see where you are in there so that you can have less marketing and instead focus on actually coaching your clients and working with amazing clients. And the marketing activities then become very succinct, very polished. They go to the specific areas instead of all the things. And you know exactly what to say and how to say it so that it attracts the correct people for you. Because energetically, you're able to hold consistently that frequency. So I'm looking forward to talking with you. Just click on that link and we'll set up a free conversation and I'll look at your situation. Okay, my love to you. Bye-bye.